What's up guys? Today, I'm gonna show you how I built these wheel tubs with no welder. And honestly, if I can do it, any of you guys watching can too. A lot of people think you need a full fab shop, welding skills, or a giant budget. And yeah, all of that can make things easier, but you really don't need any of it. When I started planning this, my goal was simple. Could I build clean, strong, good-looking wheel tubs only using basic tools, and bolt them in so that anybody watching could do the exact same thing? I'll be honest, I do have a welder and some minor fabrication skills, but they're very basic. And when you're working with thin sheet metal like this, it can warp really easy, the seams can fight you, and I'd spend hours cutting and grinding and welding just to make this look halfway decent. So this time I wanted to build something that any weekend renter could do in their garage without a welder, without a sheet metal brake, and without years worth of fabrication skills. And the cool part? These bolt-in tubs fit great, they look good, and they're totally removable. So if you ever want to change your setup or redo something later, you're not stuck with permanent cuts and welds. In this video, I'll show you the wheel tubs that we started with, how we cut them down to size, and how we made the bolt-in flanges. And if you don't have a plasma cutter or you've never used one, I'll show you the one that we used and why it made this job a whole lot easier. But don't worry, you can still get the same cuts with a regular old cutoff wheel and a little bit more time. So let's get into how we built some custom wheel tubs at home for this OBS Chevy. All right, so we're gonna start off with just some universal wheel tubs that we ordered off of Summit. These wheel tubs are about 120 bucks for the pair. We ordered them big, so obviously you can see that the width and the height are way bigger than what we need. We ordered it on purpose because we know that we're gonna have to cut them down, shape them, and everything in order to get them to fit where we want. So, the first thing we're going to start with is actually cutting for the height. On these particular wheel tubs, we're going to end up cutting about 3.5, 3 5/8 inches off of the bottom of the wheel tub here in order to get them down so that they'll fit just underneath the bed rails and give us that look that we're going for. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is mark the bottom of the side of the tub here, about 3 5/8 inches is what we need to take off the bottom. I'm not gonna cut the ends off yet, and I'll show you why. Basically what we're gonna do is we'll cut the bottom of the side. I'm gonna leave the ends full length, and we're actually gonna bend the ends up to make like basically a little tab that we can use to bolt these in. Now when it comes to cutting, I did cut the other one with a cutoff wheel or a die grinder, and it worked pretty good. This one I have a plasma cutter, so I'm going to try out the plasma cutter, see if that works better. I'll let you guys know which ones actually works better to cut this with, but we're going to try the plasma cutter for this one. So let's get this marked up and cut out, and then I'll show you how we went about bending the tabs up. All right, so we got our machine all set up, getting ready to make that first cut. Obviously you saw we marked it on here. So let's see how this goes. All right, so the first part's cut, and I must say the plasma cutter actually did a really good job on that. Definitely a lot easier than a grinder. All right, so now that we got it cut, I want to bend up the ends. I'm going to bend up these ends here to make like a flange so it'll lay flat against the bottom of the bed. Now would be the time, if you had a metal brake, this would be the time to use it. However, if you had a metal brake, you're probably not watching this video. So I'm gonna show you what worked for me. Just something kind of backyard mechanic style. I'm gonna use my straight edge metal piece, just anything flat metal that I can basically clamp the edge of the tub to the edge of my bench here, and having the metal on top will create basically a pinch point. I can then just kind of bend the tub up and make that flange. Okay, now that it's clamped into place, we should be able to just pick up this tub and it'll kind of bend us a flange there. I'm pushing right next to that metal that we put down, my straight edge, just to give it a nice sharp bend here. So we'll get it kind of bent into place. And there you go, you got a little flange that you've built. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward, not a whole lot to it. We'll do the same on the other end, and then we'll go test fit it in the truck just to make sure our height's good. Okay, so now that I've test fit it and I've measured, I know that my height is good. Now I'm gonna cut for width. I know that on this truck, I need it to be about 14 inches wide at its widest point. I'm gonna cut this at 15 inches, so I'm gonna leave an extra inch. The reason for that is I can bend that extra inch up in a couple of spots, basically making mounting tabs so that I can bolt this to the inside of the bed. I'm gonna get this measured up and get it cut, and then we'll go from there. All right, so now that we got that cut down to a little bit more manageable width, I wanted to show you guys how I made the template to cut this radius, basically where the bed kind of sucks in here at the top, cut this radius out. Now I already made a template because we did that on the other side, and it just so happens that the template actually matches on both sides, but I'll kind of show you how I did it. So first thing, put the tub in. I just put it in backwards, and that's just so that I could get it to sit flat because it would hit that crossbar if I didn't. But basically just get it close enough to the edge to where my cardboard will fit on here. And what we did here is just set your cardboard on here, kind of get your radius going here. There we go. So obviously then just kind of mark on your cardboard, cut your cardboard out, keep test fitting it until you get it as tight as you need it or as tight as you want it to be. And then we're gonna take this template now, this edge, and we'll transfer it over to the actual tub itself. We're gonna be cutting off of this edge. We do have to account for that extra inch, but I'll show you what we're doing there. Okay, so now we're gonna work on transferring this over, transferring our template over to the metal here. Now remember, I said we cut this 1 inch longer than we actually need it to be. At the widest point, which is the top section here, I need it to be 14 inches. Down here on the bottom, it actually just needs to be 12 inches wide to account for this little recessed part for the bed. So, how are we gonna accomplish that when this is too wide to start with? Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure over from this edge, which is the innermost edge. This would be towards the inside or the middle of the bed. I'm gonna measure from this edge out 14 inches at the top. And then I'll also take a second measurement here, out 12 inches at the bottom, and I'll mark 2 spots on here. That gives me a place to basically line up these edges, and I'll be able to make my cut. I'm gonna mark this out first, and then I wanna show you how we make those little tabs with the extra inch. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this pretty good. You can see our line that we've scribed all the way around here. And that is the line that we're gonna cut on. Now you can notice this section right here, where basically have it colored in. What this is this is gonna be the tab. So when we cut, we're gonna be cutting down this line. When we get to this section here, we're just gonna come straight across. And then same over here, we'll come straight across. So we'll be leaving this little portion in. We'll be able to bend this portion up, and that'll create a tab that we can mount this to the side of the bed.
A quick side note before we move on. You may be wondering what plasma cutter I'm using. And for this and all of my other projects in the garage, I went with the Best Arc BTC 500 DP. Now, I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just did a lot of research and found that this is one of the best budget-friendly plasma cutters on the market. It's very affordable, super lightweight, and it cuts through this sheet metal like butter without leaving a ton of slag to grind off. What I really like is how beginner-friendly it is. If you've never used a plasma cutter before, this one doesn't fight you. Just pull the trigger and keep your hands steady. And because these wheel tubs are bolt-in, this little cutter is basically the only power tool you need for the whole job. So if you guys want to check it out, I'll leave a link down below. This has been super reliable for me, and it definitely made this bolt-in wheel tub project a whole lot easier. But like I said before, if all you have is a grinder, you can still get this job done.
Now maybe you can see a little better what I was talking about with these little tabs. Basically just leaving this extra, all we have to do is just fold this up or fold it over like this, and that'll give us a mounting place to be able to bolt this thing in the truck. So let's get this test fitted, and then I'll come back through with a grinder, clean up my edges, because let's be honest, I'm not a surgeon and I don't make the straightest cuts with this thing. So now that we know it's gonna fit, all the cutting worked out good, we're gonna take it back out. I'm gonna clean up the edges, and then we'll show you how to mount this thing in here using RIvNuts and bolts. So you don't have to weld it in place. Obviously you can weld it in place, and that does look better in most cases if you're decent at welding. That does look better. It's a more permanent solution. These we're just gonna bolt in place because I wanna show you guys that you can do this without having to have all the crazy welders and everything like that. You can bolt it in place and it'll still look really good. So let's get it out. I'll get it all cleaned up, and then we'll show you how to bolt it in. All right, now that we got it back in place, I did secure it with just 2 self-tappers for right now, just to kind of hold it in place so that we can mark all of our holes that we need to in order to drill the holes for the bolts that we're gonna put in. Like I said, we're gonna be using RIvNuts. So I have a RIvNut tool that I got off of Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. They're super cheap and actually work really well. So let's get these marked out. Basically the way we're gonna do that is I have it held in place. So I'm just gonna take a small drill bit, and I'm gonna drill the holes where I need to. So 1 on our tabs, both sides, and then I'm gonna drill 2 on this bottom tab. And then the 3rd tab, which is actually tucked up in here, I'll have to drill that one later because I can't reach it with the drill bit right now. So I'll drill that out and mark it later. But we'll get all these basically drilled with just a small bit, just giving us basically a pilot hole. Once we get that done, we'll pull the tub out. We can drill the holes in the actual bed, the size that we need for our RIvNuts, which are these right here. So we'll drill the holes for the RIvNuts themselves. Into the bed, we'll install the RIvNuts. then we'll drill holes in the tub so that our bolts can fit through, and then we'll bolt it back in place and we should be pretty good. All right, so now that we got all the holes drilled big enough so that our RIvNuts will actually fit inside them, they just slide right down in there, fit nice and tight, we can actually install these. Now with this tool, once you get it all set up for the RIvNut size that you have, basically all you have to do, open the jaws, screw the RIvNut onto the tool itself, screw it all the way down until it stops. Once you get it screwed down there, you just slide this in the hole, push down or push it tight against the panel that you're working on, and then just crimp it together. Once you get it crimped together, you just loosen this up or spin it back out of there. There is a little knob on the back of these, you can spin it out this way as well. And then you have a RIvNut installed. So now you'd be able to take your bolt, stick it down in there, and just tighten it up. Works really nice. So we're gonna get the rest of the RIvNuts installed. After that, we'll take the wheel tub and we'll drill out those pilot holes that we drilled so that they'll fit our bolts through there. At which point we should be able to bolt this thing in place and be able to finally see it kind of where it's gonna stay. All right, there you have it. Finally got the wheel tubs done. It took us probably about 3.5 hours to build this tub, about the same for the other side. And they actually came out really good. I'm actually really impressed with how they came out. Before you guys bash me in the comments about these tabs that we made and how ugly they look, you guys have to remember we're building a raised bed floor on this truck. So the floor itself is actually gonna come up to this lip here. So really the only part of this wheel tub that you're gonna see is this section here, just the top section. All the brackets or the tabs that we made, those will all be actually underneath the floor. So you won't see any of that stuff. Now, you can definitely weld these in if you're good at welding, which I'm not. If you're good at welding, you could weld these in place, get a much cleaner look. We're gonna end up, when we finally install these, we're gonna end up running a seam sealer right down the edge where it meets the bed, just to clean up the look a little bit and then also prevent any water or anything from spraying up in there if we get caught in the rain. Now, you can choose whatever you want to finish these things off. You can either body work and paint them, or in our case, we chose to go with this Raptor liner so that we can match the inside of our bed here. So if this video helped you out, hit that like button and make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the next part of this build. This is just the first step of the raised bed floor upgrade. Next, we're gonna build the support structure and start installing our custom wood floor. And if you missed out on our last video where we upgraded the entire audio system and built a custom center console, click here and check that one out next. Now get out there and build something cool.